Hello, my name's Christopher, and today I'm going to show you how to install MySpeed on Cosmos Cloud using BigBearCosmos, a third-party app store. So, a little bit about this series, I'm going over home labs or installing things, getting things set up, everything like that. So, if you're interested in that, subscribe, comment, like, support the channel, and let's get started. I wanted to let y'all know about the Big Bear community. We just launched a community on community.bigbeartechworld.com. It's based on discourse, so go on there, join it, and say hi. So, let's get back to your registered programming. What we'll be installing today, a speed test analysis software that shows your internet speed for up to 30 days. It's called MySpeed. The features are MySpeed generates clear statistics on speed, ping, and more. MySpeed automates speed test, allows you to set the time between tests using cron expressions, add multiple servers directly to MySpeed instance, and configure health checks to notify you via email, Signal, WhatsApp, or Telegram in case of any errors or downtime. And test results can be stored for 30 days. So, this is what it looks like. It's got a nice homepage and statistics view and server selection, drop down menu, and the page during the speed test, which is a loading icon. So if we go to the website and there's some more info about it. So that's what we will be installing today. So I'm going to be starting on BigBearCosmos. This is a third-party app store for Cosmos Cloud that's maintained by Big Bear Tech World and the Big Bear community. It's got quite a few apps nowadays. And I did make a video on how to set up BigBearCosmos on Cosmos Cloud, but I'm going to be going over in this video as well. So now if you go up to install right here, you're going to go to Market, Sources, Add Source in the Cosmos Cloud. So I'm going to go over here to copy, and then I'm going to copy this App Store URL right here. Then I'm going to go over to my Cosmos Cloud and get the App Store set up. So now I'm going to start on my Cosmos Cloud. I'm going to go to Market, and then Sources, and then now Add Source down here. And I'm going to put a name in of BigBearCosmos, and then I'm going to put the URL. I'm going to paste the in of what we copied over in BigBearCosmos, and then I'm going to save. Now you can see all the apps from BigBearCosmos, and they're actually coming from BigBearCosmos because it's migrated over from there. So now you can see all the apps. So we got the App Store set up. So now I'm going to start in BigBearCosmos, and I'm going to go over the search right here. I'm going to type MySpeed, and then now I'm going to go in the folder and directory. So now you'll see description.json, you'll see a Docker compose, and you'll see an icon. So I'm going to go in the description. So the name of the app, the description, the long description, the tags, the repository of where it came from, the image, and then the supported architectures that the Docker image supports of MySpeed, and then the icon. So now if we go in the Docker compose, you'll see the name of Big Bear MySpeed, services, and then the first service underneath the services is called service name, and that's dynamic. And then image, this is coming off Docker by default because there's no URL before this, and this is the Docker image tag, and also this is the Docker image. And ports are 5216 on the host, and on the container is 5216. And in Cosmos Cloud, we can remove this host port and make it to where you don't directly go to the container. You can go through a proxy, and I'll show you how to do that. So volumes, a dynamic variable, which is the service name, and then data. This is on the host side, and then on the container is MySpeed data. Restart unless stop. So that means if you stop it for any reason, it will not try to restart, but if it fails any other reason, then it will try to restart. And then container name is going to be service name, which is dynamic, and then the host name as well. The container name, so Docker doesn't have to generate a random name for this container. And the minimum version. So if you go over here to icon.png, that's the logo. So that's a little bit about the files in BigBearCosmos. So I wanted to let you know about the Big Bear Club. You can join it, and it greatly supports this channel, and I very much appreciate it. So if you'd like to join the Big Bear Club, you can go down the YouTube description and go to my Ko-Fi link and join it from there. So let's get back to registered programming. So now I'm going to get MySpeed installed on Cosmos Cloud. And then, so now I'm going to go to Market, and I'm going to search for MySpeed. Now you'll see it here. So MySpeed at BigBearCosmos. So I'm going to click it. Then I'm going to install. And now you can, it does give you the ability to customize it before install. So I'm going to press next. So now it gives you a preview of what it'll be doing. So I'm going to create. And now what this is doing is it's pulling down the image from the registry, getting extracted, and getting it up with the Docker Compose underneath. And then it's also using the Docker engine. So I'm going to close and then close. And then now I'm going to go to Serve Apps, and you can see it's up and running. So now we're going to need to create a URL. So I'm going to say new right here. And then name, description, the container name, container port, and then HTTP. So, and then use host, and this will be the proxy will be on 7200. So you go to this, and then you go in the container without having to open up a port, like going directly to 216 into the container. You will have more control over it and be able to limit it more with the proxy and have Smart Shield. And so I'm going to confirm and refresh. So now we have a URL set up. So you should be able to just go to it like that and be able to see it. Now, one thing we have an issue with is this right here is saying warning, this port is publicly accessible. So we'll need to shut off this port access. So we'll only need to go through the URL. So I'm going to go into view details, and then I'm going to go to network. And then I'm going to remove the host port right here. And then I'm going to say update ports. Now, if we go back to the serve apps, you can see it's not accessible anymore. It's only accessible from the URL. So now I'm going to go over the app. So on the homepage, you can go to the UI from here. You can also go into serve apps, and you can go to the URL from here. So actions are update, pause, stop, restart, recreate, and then kill. And these are the container actions, the ports, the networks, and then the URLs, the auto update container, and the CPU and RAM. The view details are a little bit the same. And there we go. It's saying it's running. You can upload an icon. You can go to logs. It's great for debugging. And you can see it. The server is listing on 5216. Monitoring is really handy. So resources, the CPU and RAM, and then the network. You can see hourly, daily. You can see the events to happen. And you can also see the terminal, the compose. That's really handy. Then you can edit. Now you can see the Docker container setup. So the image, the restart policy, and then the user, the interactive mode, and the environment variables, labels, and then devices, and then press update the container. You can see the networks, which we've already went in here and removed the host port, so it's not accessible from the container. It's only accessible from the proxy. And then the network mode. So if you go over to URLs now, you can see your URLs that you have. So you can see that this is a URL. It's targeting the serve app, and then Big Bear MySpeed, and the port is 5216. You can see the security, the monitoring, and you can also remove it, the setup. So you can change the name, description, the mode, and you can change the container name. You can change the container port, the container protocol, the result target preview, and then use host. So you can change the port that will be where you go to for the URL, and then the use path prefix. Authentication required, smart shield protection, restrict access to constellation of VPN, and then advanced settings, so you can hide it from the dashboard, overwrite the host header, and whitelist inbound IPs. So it's got more features to really secure yourself a little bit more. And then security, so authentication required, admin only, forward IP, and host headers to target. Disable header hardening, smart shield protection, and then limits. You can block common bots, which is recommended, and it looks like default on. Block requests from a referee header, and you can go up to monitoring, and you can see what the requests are, and the resources, hourly and daily, and then you can see the events that happen too. So there we go. You can change the from and the to filter more of the events. So, and now if you want to, if you go to the home page, you'll see Big Bear MySpeed. So if you want to go and change that name, you can go into URLs and you can go to setup, and then I'm going to change this to MySpeed, and then I'm going to save, refresh. So now if you go in here, you'll see the URL has changed, and it's called MySpeed without the Big Bear in it. So that's a little bit about the app and how to change things. So now I'm going to show you the UI. So I'm going to start on the homepage of Cosmos Cloud, and you can go to MySpeed right here, or you can go into the serve apps and then go to the URL right here. There's quite a few ways to go to it. So I'm going to go to MySpeed right now. So now we need to set the terms of use for the Ookla network, because that's what it'll be using. So I'm going to accept. So now you can see ping, download, upload, and last test. You can go up here to start a speed test and run it, and the loading icon comes up and it's running in the background. So this can take a little bit to run. Okay, now it's ran. You can see when it ran at, and then the download and the upload and the ping. You can go into settings over here and optimal ping, and then you can set that. The optimal up speed, the optimal down speed, the recommendations. You can change the server, you can change the password, the set frequency, the set period, export the test, pause test, integrations, and change language. And you can also switch to views, so you can upload and have this view as well. It's a nice view. And then you can see about the project. The integrations are Discord, Godify, health checks, Telegram, and webhooks. So that's a little bit about MySpeed's UI. So I just went over step by step on getting MySpeed working on Cosmos Cloud using BigBearCosmos, third-party app store. So if you like this tutorial, subscribe, comment, like, and support the channel. And if you have any video suggestions or you need community support, you can go down to the Big Bear community and join our forum. There's a link in the YouTube description. So stay tuned for more.